Miss Walker. This is part 2 of week 3 Friday. I'm going to go ahead and get started with number 2. It says Martin has 17 pencils. Nikita has 16 pencils. Caleb has 12 pencils. How many pencils do Martin and Caleb have together? Now, if I'm putting them together, that means I'm going to add. But it doesn't say anything about Nikita, so I'm going to cross Nikita out. She's not important. Sorry, Nikita, you got to go. All right, we got Martin and Caleb, so I'm going to add those two together. We've got 17 plus 12. 7 plus 2 is 9, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So on this one, my answer is 29. All right, moving on to number 3. It says Leah has the money shown below. How much money does Leah have? Well, I know this is $1 and $2, so I know it has to have $2. So I'm looking at these answer choices. It does have $2. Now you got to be careful because sometimes your change will add up to be more than $1. So it could have been $3, but we don't have more than $3. We have $2. So we've got to count these coins. We got to count the change. So if you do Harry money, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'll also count it the way that we count coins when we understand how to count them. But if you use Harry money, that is fine. Quarters have 5 hairs because they're worth 25. Dimes have 2 hairs because they're worth 10. Nickels have 1 hair. And remember, hairs are counted by 5. So it doesn't matter where you start if you're counting them each by 5. So let's count. We've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70 cents. So Leah has $2.70. Now I'm going to go back and count it the way that you count it if you don't need Harry money. So we know we have 2 quarters. 2 quarters is 50 cents. A dime is 10. So 50 plus 10 is 60. Plus 5, 65. Plus 5 is 70. So this makes $2.70. Moving on. Number 4. Making sure I did everything else. All right, number 4. Sandro will leave his house at the time shown on the clock, on this clock. He will arrive at the library 10 minutes later. 10 minutos later. Not sure how to say later in Spanish. Something with a D. Okay. At what time will he arrive at the library? Okay. So this time right here is 2 o'clock because the hour hand's pointing at the 2 and the minute hand's pointing at the 12, which means it's 2 o'clock. But it says he will get there 10 minutes later. I think that's después in Spanish. Somebody comment and help me out with my Spanish. 10 minutes later. So 2 o'clock plus 10 minutes. If I made these jumps with my minute hand, it would be 5 and then 10. So my minute hand would be pointing at the 2. So that would be 2:10. So I'm going to bubble in 2:10. If you notice, they put a whole bunch of different times on here, so you got to make sure you pay attention. All right, number 5. Nikisha wrote a number in expanded form. How is that number written in standard form? So we're going to put this number in standard form. For this one, I would suggest that you draw a place value chart. We've got hundreds, we've got thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. Should have started way over there, but it's okay. We've got 7,000. So I'm going to put a 7 in thousands place. I know I've got a comma because a comma separates the periods. Got a 1 in my hundreds place. I've got a 7 in my tens place because I have 70, and I've got 5 ones. So that number is 7,175. And when I go to bubble it in, I have to make sure that all the numbers, all the digits are in the correct place. 7, 1, ooh, that's not right. Ha ha ha. Miss Walker had a brain issue just then. Let's try this again. That is why you double check. Ha. All right, 7175. There we go. Gonna bubble that. Okay. Number 6. Not the last one, but it is number 6. The graph shows the number of airplanes that 3 students saw yesterday. So the first thing that we do when we have a graph, especially this kind of graph, this is called a pictograph. We circle the key. The key tells us what we're counting by. Each airplane equals 2. And I always tell my kids to go ahead and label your pictograph. So on this first one, Cody has 2 because an airplane is 2. I'm going to call her K. 2, 4, 6, 8. So she has 8. And Yan Yan, 2, 4, 6. They have 6. Letter A. How many more? In my classroom, as soon as I say those words, how many more, my kids stop me. They're like, whoa, 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 how many more? We're going to subtract. So how many more means to subtract. How many more airplanes did K see than Yan Yan? So we've got to put 8, take away 6. Now, you don't have to write it out like this. I do like my kids to write it out, though, because I want to see what they were thinking. 8 take away 6 leaves us with 2. I'm going to bubble in 2. And then I'm going to move on to letter B. What is the total number? Total, we know. If we're trying to find the total, we've got to add. What is the total number of airplanes that the students saw, that the 3 students saw? So I've got to add all these together, and it erased. But we can just count it by skip counting by 2s because our key said to count by 2. Lord. Okay, let's try this again. Boom. Here we go. 2, 4. No! I cannot FaceTime right now. I don't know if this is still recording. I think it is. Ah! Hi, Heaven.
What you doing?
I'm trying to record a YouTube video on my okay. I'm gonna go ahead and finish. There's no way I can edit that. So y'all just gonna have to see the goofy side of me. That was one of my students calling. Love my babies. All right. So we were counting by 2s. We got 2, then we've got 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So we have a total of 16 airplanes. And now we're on the last one. Raise the roof. Whoop, 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 whoop. Letter C. I'm going back because I didn't do it. Letter C. Identify, what fraction of each circle is shaded. So we've got to figure out what is shaded. We have 2 pieces here and 1 is shaded. So this fraction is 1/2. And in my classroom, my kids would have stopped me already. They would have said 1/2 is a unit fraction. We have a chant for that. And I will post that later on my YouTube channel. This next one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, and 1 is shaded. So my numerator, the number on top is 1, and my denominator is 4, my number on bottom. That fraction is 1/4. This next one, my fraction is going to be 1, because 1 is shaded, 1/3, because there are 3 pieces. 1 in the numerator and 3 in the denominator. On the last one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total pieces, and 1 is shaded. So that fraction is 1/6. All right, that is the end of part 2. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.